Hello, this is Brittany with Simply Thursday. It's come to my attention that a lot of my followers don't know how to crochet, so I decided to start a web series on how to crochet. So this video is about how you're going to get started. When I got started, the very first type of yarn I ever used was a variegated type of Red Heart Super Saver, and this is actually what this is. It's 4-ply worsted weight yarn, so it's a rather thick string. Some people complain that it's rough and scratchy, but it actually does soften up quite a bit after you wash it. Another thing you're going to need is yarn needles, so you can sew in your ends. I have always used these plastic ones, but recently I started using these metal kind. I don't like the plastic ones because they are rather bendable, and I've even had the eyes break on me a few times, so if you can find the metal ones, I suggest that you use them. They're a lot better quality. You're going to need also a crochet hook. Most people prefer an H hook or an I hook, and I think that's a very good size to get started with. This brand is Boy, and I know there's also a Susan Bates brand that's very popular, but I prefer this kind. And then you're going to need scissors. I'm sure everybody has scissors, and it doesn't really matter what kind of scissors you have, just as long as they cut. So to get started, all of your projects are going to start with a slip knot. And it's a very simple knot, and it will secure your project and make sure that it doesn't unwind or come undone with age or when you wash it. So to do this, you're going to have enough yarn left over, about 6 inches, so that you can sew it in later after you finish your project. And then you're going to grab the yarn between your thumb and your index finger and wrap it around your hand and bring it around again to the back of your hand and make an X. See? Turn your hand over again and hold on to the yarn like that with your thumb. Take your hook, insert it under the first loop, grab it by the second loop, and pull it. And this will effectively make a knot that won't really go anywhere, and your project will not come undone, especially if you sew in your ends when you're finished. Some people, especially beginners, can't get the hang of the slip knot, so I'll tell you a cheat. What I used to do when I first started was just a simple, like a pretzel knot or a square knot. So I used to just tie a knot around the hook, by making a loop and crossing the ends under each other, pulling tight, and then making another loop and crossing the ends under each other and pulling tight again. Now this knot is not as secure as the first one I showed, but it's workable, and if you leave a long enough tail to sew in at the end of your project, it probably will hold together, but not as well as the slip knot. Thanks for watching.